Hello, everyone. Doing great. If you can hear me, if the audio sounds good, let me know. But I hope you're all having a great day. Yeah. Let me just make sure. How does, if you're watching this on the replay, if you're watching this on the live, comment down below. Come say hi in the comments section below. And super excited to hear to hear you guys where you're at in life. Depending on where you're calling from, or sorry, where you're streaming in from, comment down below. But on today's training, we're going to be talking about the 4 tips to being confident on camera. And I really want to break these down. So here, I have the 4 right here. And I really want to break this down because I think a lot of people complicate this, and they confuse the simplicity of really what is needed to be confident on camera. So great, awesome. I sound good on audio, so awesome. So I really want to break these down. Let's wait for some more people to come jump on. Awesome, seeing you guys jump on. Love that. Awesome. I love this. Cool, guys. Well, let's do it. Okay, so let's just get into it. So so what is confidence? Well, let's actually look it up right now. So when we look at the word confidence, so confidence definition. So the word confidence means the feeling or belief that one can rely or relay, I guess rely on someone or something. So there's a trust there, right? That's what confidence is, right? What else? The state of feeling certain about the truth of something. Okay. A feeling of self-assurance arising from one's appreciation of one's own abilities or qualities. Right? The telling of private matters or secrets, right? There's a trust there. So really what we're trying to do here is we're trying to be confident on camera. And especially with the pandemic and, with COVID and everything kind of happening, it really forced a lot of us to learn how to work from home, right? Or learn how to, if you're a student, learn how to be, on camera. Even a lot of job interviews, a lot of us were, to get a job, it's a lot on camera. I just came off a call with someone from Toronto, and he was talking about on Monday that he needs to do a live presentation in front of 120 people with all of his colleagues and stuff. So being confident on camera is extremely vital. And really what confidence really is very simple. It's especially on camera, it's for you to feel confident, well, for you to believe in what you're saying. So, right, to appreciate one's own abilities or qualities. But on the other hand, for someone to look at that person and say, I trust that person. I have belief, I trust, right? So when someone joins my program, they're trusting me. And, majority of the time, if not all the time, it's all been on camera. It's all been over the course of Zoom. It's building that trust. Do I like this person? Do I want to work with them, right? And vice versa. Does someone want to hire you? Does someone want to promote you? Does someone really believe what you're saying? And this is extremely, I would say this is probably the number one thing. A lot of people come to me, they go, I want to grow my business. I want to do all this. The foundation, the crux of it all is the ability to communicate with confidence. 100%. You can have great marketing, great other skills, but if the confidence in your voice, it's hard to become a great leader. It's hard to really grow your business. If you stutter, this really ties into everything, but if you stutter, there's a process in overcoming it, and really being able to articulate your thoughts. So I hope that really makes sense. Confidence on camera is extremely vital. And, you need to put, one second, let me turn this light. You need to put energy towards it, 1000%. So let me just look at this definition too. Confidence is a state of being clear-headed, either that a hypothesis or prediction is correct, that a chosen course of action is the best and most effective. Confidence comes from Latin word fidere, which means to trust. That's self-confidence, right? Cool. So let's kind of get into it. Look at this confident person over here. So I'll be reviewing the chat down below. So if you guys have questions, really want to see some questions, you know, so I can understand, you know, and I want this to be, I don't want this just to be where I'm just talking the whole time. I want to hear your feedback. I want to hear what you guys have to say. I want to hear, hey, Daniel, I don't really understand what this means. You know, this is, as a teacher, as a trainer, my job isn't just to be the one talking all the time. Like, I want to hear what you got to say. I want to hear if that didn't make sense. And if it does make sense, comment down below. You know, one of the first things that, you know, I tell a lot of people is, you know, to be great, you have to be engaging, right? Especially if you want to better your ability to communicate and socialize and network and all that good stuff. You know, you have to be engaging. You have to extrovert, right? There's a difference, and maybe I can talk about this idea, right? There's a difference of extroverting versus introverting. You know, a lot of us are introverts, right? Or type of, you know, it's what we say to ourselves, where we're kind of like reserved, we're on our own, we don't want to, you know, go out. You know, we get charged up by being by ourselves compared to being with people. There's some validity to that, but there's a flip side to it of, you know, if you want to feel good, we are basically born to socialize. So we are wired, we are social beings. That's what we are. So you have to learn the ability of extroverting. Go on camera and talk loud. Am I going to mess up? Whatever. If I stutter, who cares? I'm going to be just me, right? So for a lot of people who, you know, maybe struggle with speech, you might look at yourself like an introvert. I get that. You have to force yourself to extrovert. It's not you're an introvert, you'll always be an introvert. It's, to me, there's a gauge. Now I'm introverting. I'm going to be by myself. Now I'm going to extrovert. You got to almost like, you got to force yourself to extrovert, right? Just like you got to force yourself to go to the gym. You got to force yourself to go up to that cute girl if you like her, right? You have to extrovert. You have to go out of your way. You have to push yourself. You have to go on camera. You have to dress well. So, you know, one thing is this, I taught myself how to extrovert. Okay, you know what? Get out of my head, go talk to that person, right? I learned this in door to door, right? And I just want to make sure, guys, that if there's any questions, I want to make sure if it's going through. Because perfect, yeah. Awesome. So Nat just asked a question. Love that. What are some tips on being engaging for people who are introverted? Great. Well, I want to see more questions. I want to continue this thought, but thank you so much, Sam. Right. So in door to door, it forced me to become more extroverted. It forced me to go out of my way. I put myself in a position where I was in a job where the only way to make quote unquote money is I had to go meet people. I had to go knock on their door. I had to deal with the rejection. I had to go extrovert. And initially that was extremely painful because I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to go up to someone. I didn't want to mess up, right? I didn't want to embarrass myself, but I pushed myself. And then before I knew it, I felt confident. I made my first sale, and I started to make relationships. I started having fun and be light. And because of that, I'm happier than maybe being the weird kid in his room who didn't want to talk to anyone, right? So if there's one main point here, extroverting is a big key. Going out of your way. So what do I mean by that? Going out of your way. Talking more than you usually do, right? Moving into the uncomfortability. If that's how you said the uncomfortability of walking up to a stranger and introducing yourself. Telling a scenario or story in front of a group of people. Right? I'm starting in front of a group of people, right? So it's forcing yourself out of the uncomfortableness, right? Out of the uncomfortableness, and you put yourself out there. And initially, it's almost like a car. It's like initially, it's gonna be like, oh no, I kind of suck, blah blah blah. And the next thing you know, boom, you're just like, you're on fire. You're feeling great, you're doing awesome, right? And the car is flowing, the car is moving, right? And that's why in door to door we always have the idea of like, just go knock your first 10 doors, go talk to 10 people, and then you kind of get into a flow, right? Cool, cool, cool. Let me just look at the comments. I just want to make sure that cool, very cool, awesome, guys, awesome. Comment down below, post some love. I see you, Fariha, Nat, awesome. So Nat's asked a quick question before I continue. I got 4 main points. I'm gonna break them down. Before I do that, Nat asked a question which was weird. I don't know why it doesn't pop up. Give me 1 second. It comes and it goes. Okay, 1 second. What are some tips on being engaging for people who are introverted? So, you know, there really isn't any tips. You know, this is where we go back to confidence, Matt. And you know, so I really want to write this down because I think this is a good tip. She writes that. Awesome, Bass. What's up, man? Let me see. She writes, Nat writes, what are some tips on being engaging for people who are introverted? So, right. So this was a question that was asked. Now it's very simple. You know, you have to understand that you are good enough, or really the only way you're going to get better is by going out and talking to people. Like you have to put yourself in the, like you have to show up on that sales call. Like you have to show up in front of that person. So you have to get out of your head. That's probably the best way. Get out of your head, right? Like, you know, fear, right? False evidence appearing real. Like you just have to understand, like you are making this shit up yourself, right? You know, there's like this fear of judgment, fear of embarrassment, fear of if I mess up. You know, especially someone like you and Nat, or you know, really a lot of people who I work with. Like you guys are good enough, but if you really want to get to the next level, you have to do more of it. It's like, you know, it sucks going to the gym if you haven't gone in a while. Maybe you're out of shape, you don't feel as confident, you don't feel as good. So you really got to force yourself to get out there. It's the same thing with talking to people, or the same thing with introverts. You have to say, you know what, introvert Daniel, I need to turn you off. Get out of here. Go home. I don't like you today. And you have to say, right now, I am extroverting. Right now, I'm going to go out of my way. I'm going to get out of my house. I'm going to go drive somewhere. This is also the problem with COVID. It was like a lot of us, we've been so like home the whole time, right? And it's very, very, very healthy to talk to people. This is how we're wired, everyone. You need to get out. Go talk to people. Right? Go, but go talk to new people. Stop talking to, your family, your friends you've known for years. Go talk to people. You want to feel good? Go make a new friend. Who cares? Go talk about whatever. And just go out there. Whether they like you or they don't, it doesn't matter. But the point is you're doing it, right? So this is I hope that really helps. You just have to get out of your head. You have to realize that you are good enough. And this whole idea of like, well, I get recharged being by myself. You will get recharged being with people, especially good people. Good people should bring you up. Bad people will bring you down. But when you make good friends with good people, man, you should feel freaking high when you come back. Flying, right? Because too much time on yourself isn't good either. There's times when you're spending too much time with people. It's like, okay, I need to be on my own. That's healthy. But what's also healthy is being with people, with good people that get you going, that move you, that get you engaged. Okay, so I hope that helps. I'm not gonna be looking at my comments the whole time, but I really hope that helps. Okay, let's keep going. So what are the 4 tips? Right, 4 ways to be confident on the camera. And by the way, my fireplace is on and it's really hot, so give me 1 second. Hello, everyone. Hopefully you like my chair. So 4 ways to be confident on camera. So number 1, okay? Number 1 is very simple. You gotta look good. You gotta look good. Looking good. Big smiley face here. You know, people will judge a book by its cover. It is what it is, man. They will look at you, like when I went door to door, or when I meet someone new, I know they're just looking at me up and down and saying, "Do I like this person? Yes or no?" And people usually they probably make a decision within the first second or two, right? 3 seconds at most. I like him or I don't. And this is just how we're wired. There's so many people, and the way our brains are wired is we have to categorize certain people, right? That's why we if this habit shows up, the red flags go off, right? So it's the same thing with who you are. You got to realize that when you could jump on camera, yes, they're listening to you, but they're also looking at the way you talk. Or at the way you look. So for me, I got 3 lights right now. I got 1, 2, and 3. I gelled my hair. I just came off a call before this, but anytime I go on camera, I have a whole routine, right? Where I'll go shower, right? I'll gel my hair, I'll brush my teeth, I'll floss brush my teeth, floss as well. I'll put on decent clothes. I probably have to get a new wardrobe, but that's in the works. I get a haircut every 2 weeks. I make sure that my teeth are fairly white. I work out. I make myself feel good. I look good because I know people are judging me. If I came on with my hair's a mess, baggy t-shirt or a stained shirt, or I haven't cut my beard in months, they're gonna be like, what's wrong with this guy? Is this person okay? Right? So looking good is extremely vital, right? Having great lighting, smiling, like this is, guys, we live in a judgmental world. So if you think that coming on and then making sure your background looks good, like this is my background for now, but I know I got lights, right? Usually a great background has depth. I don't have any depth right now, but it's coming soon. But yeah, that's very vital. Great lighting, you look good on camera. There isn't like a mess. Imagine if I had I don't know, just a mess behind me. It shows, especially on camera, it shows the level of character that you have. Right. Personally, if I could design this perfectly, I would have great messages behind me, right? Motivational, inspiring messages. I'd have, great color design, right? And that's coming, but I want to make that very clear. The aesthetic physically, before you even say anything, it's very vital to being confident on camera. Even just like dressing well makes you feel better, right? Anytime you're feeling bad, go dress up. Go take a shower and just go do yourself up. Yeah, you're gonna feel crappier being in sweatpants all day long, or pajamas, or whatever. So go dress up. Well, I'm not going to an office. It doesn't matter. Do it for you, right? So looking good is extremely vital to being confident, right? If we go back to confidence, what is confidence? Building trust, right? Who do you trust? You trust the guy with the crazy long beard who doesn't take care of himself, or you trust the guy who is well put together, well dressed, he gels his hair or whatever. Like my hair, is not like this, right? I got white teeth. I take care of myself. I work out. Who you can trust more, right? Especially off the bat. So you have to understand, feel it. Number one, being confident on camera. Number one, very simple. Look good. Look good, look good, look good, look good, look good, man. If you're liking this, comment down below. Love this. Love all the love I'm getting. Yeah, you guys are awesome. Huge. If you're watching this on the replay, comment #replay down below. But you guys are awesome. What else? Number 2, okay. Enthusiasm. Woo! This is what I call be fun and light. So enthusiasm, listen, everyone has a great message, or everyone can say a great message, but a lot of it is how you say it. So, think about great people that you like being around, okay? Great people are people that make you feel good. They're fun, they're light, nothing's heavy. Imagine like you're hanging out with someone who's like, yeah, man, my life sucks. I just lost my job. I have no money. No one likes me. I hate myself. Like, it's going to bring you down, right? But being around someone like, yeah, man, life's great. I can't complain. Everything is, man, I'm living the dream, right? Some people like that line, some people don't, right? I'm living the dream. Yeah, and you're being authentic. Yeah, man, all these great things are happening to me. I just did this, I just did that. Woo! Right? It's fun to be around. It's light. It inspires you. So it's the same thing being on camera. You want to be light. You want to be fun. You want to just let loose. You want to just be you, and just like be enthusiastic, be fun, right? Obviously, if you're in an interview, you don't want to be like, woo, what's up, my guy? Like, no, obviously not. But that's you obviously you got to know the personality at the right time. But when you are, when you're on camera, be fun, man. Be light. Light means don't be heavy. Don't get rid of the heavy energy. Just be you. Just let loose, right? Like, don't have this expectation. I'll be talking about this with number 4, but be fun, man. Here, let me just make this bigger so I can focus on one at a time. Right? People like silly, man. People like silly, right? Like, obviously there's a time and a place. I talk about this idea called, right? Talking about this thing called an edutainer, right? So what is an edutainer? Here, one second. I just want to do this, right? Let's talk about this thing called an edutainer, right? Edutainer. So an edutainer is someone who can educate, but also entertain. So it's a mix of both. So someone who, right? This is why we love movies. This is why we love comedians. This is why we love, where people are being silly, right? That's why people love comedy movies, because it's entertaining, because they're enthusiastic, they're fun, they're crazy, they're not super serious. We don't want to deal with serious things all the time. There's a time and place for that. But when you're enthusiastic on camera, and you're like, man, and even like passionate, like, I really believe this. Oh my God, right? I really believe what I'm talking about. You need to do this. It's going to change your life. People like that. That shows that there's belief behind it. You really there's real truth behind it. You're not just lying. You're not just making it up. Right? So when you're enthusiastic, you're light, you're fun, you're just being you. So that's very vital. So number 1 is look good. Number 2, enthusiastic, man. Be fun, let loose. Don't be heavy. Don't have dark, like, low energy on the call. Okay. Very cool. Very cool. I'm going to keep looking at the comment section. If you have any questions, please comment down below. Really want to hear what you guys have to say. Cool. Very cool. Okay. Let's keep going, everyone. Then number 3 is this: be knowledgeable in what you are talking about. So be an expert. Okay. So number 3 is this: be knowledgeable in what you are talking about. So what do I mean by this? Like, know what you're saying. You want to have confidence. Confidence comes from knowledge. Right. So the more knowledge you have, the more wisdom you have behind what you're saying, the more confidence you have behind actually saying it. So for example, if you brought me up and I'm going to talk about organic chemistry or in-depth physics, right? I'm not going to have the real confidence behind what I'm saying. But if I talk about public speaking or sales or communication, that's my jam. I'm fairly knowledgeable about that. So because of that, I'm going to have more confidence on camera. So just understand that you're not going to have confidence if you don't know a subject inside and out. So your job is to constantly increase your knowledge in what you're learning, right? Constantly. How can I learn more? What book can I read? Right? What audiobook should I listen to? What YouTube video can I watch? Right? Ask yourself, how can I become more knowledgeable to really understand what I'm saying here? Right? Think about that. How can I become more knowledgeable? Because your ability to speak with confidence will come from if you actually know that subject inside and out. Right? Always an example I give is is imagine after a talk, right? Say you were on stage and you had to give, say you had to give a public speech, right? After the talk is done, imagine you had to do a Q&A, right? You have to do a question and answer, where once you're done with that, whatever topic you're talking about, people are going to come with you with questions, and you got to know how to answer that question. That's how you really know if you understand what you're saying or not, right? It's being quick on your feet, right? So you want more confidence being on camera, dude. You better know what you're talking about. You better be able to quote certain things. You be able to be like, you know what, this is my answer. And sometimes you're not going to know everything, everything about a subject, but you got to be fairly well versed. Right? That's why even myself, I'm constantly learning. What's the next audiobook, right? What's the next book to read? What's the next course to take? I just spent $7,000 on a new course, right? Right, because there's a subject that I wanted to learn, so I'm like, I need to learn it, right? I'm always constantly trying to increase my knowledge, my wisdom, right? I have to. How can I be confident in what I'm saying if I don't even know what I'm making it up? Yeah, you will never be confident if you're always trying to make something up, right? Obviously. So increase your knowledge bank. Go learn more, right? What are you doing? You want to get better? You want to get wiser? You want to be more confident, right? If you're applying for a job, well, learn about the company, learn about the position inside now, right? Who had that position before? What type of person was that, right? What is the job details? How can you prepare for that, right? Right. It's very similar, like even on a sales call, right? If you're in sales, if you're a business owner, like, do you know what the client or the customer, the potential client, is going to say? Right? What type of questions do you think they're going to have? Are you prepared for that? Because if you're not going to be confident. You can be like, then you're going to make it up, and then if you lie, which you should never lie, you'll look like someone that they can't even trust. They would not want to do business with you. Right? If you stutter, yeah, dude, you want to increase your stutter. Be able to know more about a subject, than someone else. Just naturally. Well, I'll still stutter. It doesn't matter. You'll feel more confident in that, right? People who stutter, and based off my years of working with people and even myself, people will have two different switches. One time two different, not switches, but there'll be a part of them, or a part comes out of them where they'll speak fairly fluent for the most part. There's other times where it's like a trigger will happen and they'll stutter, as bad as they can be. And what I've noticed is when they are fairly knowledgeable in something, they're more confident and they won't stutter as much. But if you don't know what you're talking about, or if you get caught up in a lie, or if you're kind of confused, if you're not really sure, then boom, you will stutter more frequently. So going back to all three of these, number one is look good. It will show you confidence. Number two is have enthusiasm. Be passionate. Man, be passionate. Really, like, I believe in what I'm talking about. 1,000%. Right? 1,000%. I believe in what I'm talking about. Great. You will be extremely confident on camera, because it's genuine. It's not fake confidence, right? And you're light. You're not heavy. You're not complaining, right? The number three is increase your knowledge bank, increase your wisdom, better your brain. All right. Again, knowledge equals confidence. When knowledge goes up, confidence goes up. When confidence goes up, your knowledge in that will have to go up, because you can't have more confidence if you don't know what you're talking about. So I really hope this is making sense. I'm going to keep going back to see if there's any questions I can answer, but I really hope, I really hope this is making sense. I'm just going to respond to Osman right here. Yes, we are on live now, but you can watch this later. But it'll be kept up. Okay. Cool. Very, very, very important. Right. Osman, you will definitely enjoy this, sir. Osman's one of my clients. I think we were working together for what? Maybe May or June, so about 4 or 5 months. Definitely, he's definitely come a long way. And one thing I really like about Osman is he's a doctor from Chicago, but he is extremely teachable. And to me, I find that's very vital whenever I work with someone. Hey, like, are you teachable? Are you going to apply what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what you've done. It doesn't matter what, but are you willing to be a clean slate? Or, for example, be able to, question some beliefs, change some beliefs, change who you are, change some habits, right? If that's the case, then great. Let's talk. Let's do it. So one thing with Osman is he shows up on weekly calls. He pushes through blocks. He completes all the assignments, and he's definitely come a long way. So, and he's definitely, what I love about him is he's constantly pushing himself out of his comfort zone. So he's definitely a great guy. If you ever want to reach out to him, I can send you his contact. But he's definitely a great guy, man. Then number 4, let's end off at number 4, which is no expectations. So stop trying to be perfect. This is a big one, right? I think, and this is just life in general. We have this perfection mindset, and even if we go back as kids, like, we don't want to fail on a test. If we do, we're a failure, right? We're not good, right? And then we create this expectation of when you fail, it's bad. And a line that I had to really rewire in my head was this concept of failing forward. To become better, I had to fail often and fail fast, right? So to become a good public speaker, I had to go and public speak. But when I started, I would fail and embarrass myself, right? So I would fail and embarrass myself. I would go out there, I wouldn't speak that great. I'd be stuttering on my words, and on paper, it wasn't a good speech and I failed. But what that scenario taught me was, great, I would then rewatch my speech because it'd be recorded, and I would see all the things I did wrong. And even though it was painful for me to go and watch that, I knew that in order to get better, I had to fail. Now, if you go into on camera with this expectation, I have to be perfect. I have to be great. I can't mess up. Can't be, it has to be amazing. You're going to put yourself in a place of, you're just not going to take any action, right? So the byproduct of trying to be perfect is little to no action, because the person's constantly trying to be perfect, right? If you talk to anyone in business, it's like people can build a business plan, but they go out into the world and they just get slapped because, the economy is different, the marketplace is different. So you can build this perfect plan, but most of the times you start it, a week later, it's different. You got to change your plan. So try to build this perfect plan. It's like that whole analogy of, we build the plane in the air, right? So you imagine of just get the plane in the air and then we'll build it while we're in the air, right? So people try to build this perfect plane ever, and then they don't even get it off the ground because it has to be perfect. And what happens is, you're missing out on, all this experience of failing, of dropping on your face. It's like, think of a baby. When a baby's walking, you want the baby to fall on its face and be like, get up, you got this, right? Imagine if it's like the baby fell, you're like, oh, here we go, honey. We have a baby that can't walk. This is bad. Oh my God, what are we gonna do? Like, no, get up and keep going. Get up and keep going. So, really the fifth one is just take more action, right? Take action, which we'll talk about after, right? you need to go into these, you need to go on camera, and you also have to go in of stop having this expectation of I got to be perfect. I got to be this perfect speaker. I got to go in, and I can't mess up. I can't say I can't say you know what I mean. I can't get confused. I can't block. You're creating a game for yourself that is difficult to win. You are creating these rules that is causing you to not grow, right? Again, where does growth come from? It comes from doing a repetitive action over and over and over and over again. But you got to do the action. You have to show up, right? I remember when I went to the gym and I would work out and I'd be like, why am I not getting any results, right? And then I would beat myself up and then I would just stop going, so I would get discouraged. But then when I got myself a trainer, you just keep pushing, and sooner or later you keep being consistent. Before you know it, boom, you are this good speaker, right? Or you are this fit person. So it's the same idea with camera, with being on camera. And that's why I think number 5 is very perfect, which is you just got to go take action, right? Right? It's almost like it's never going to be a good time, right? The stars are never going to align perfectly, right? Right? And some people need to tell themselves that story. Okay, you know what? This is actually a perfect time right now. Great, so go and do it. But you gotta go and take the action. You gotta go and put yourself out there. You gotta just go, you know what? I'm gonna record myself. Boom. I'm gonna put myself on camera, and I'm just gonna show up. And I'm just gonna go do it, and I'm gonna do more of it. If you haven't been on camera in months, and then you show up for a job interview, and you're not charismatic, well, you're not practicing it. You need to practice it more, right? Greatness comes from doing something over and over and over and over again. All I do all day long is talk. It's what my job is. It's what my business is. It's who I am as a person. Constantly coaching and talking, coaching and talking, coaching and talking, learning about how do I become better. So I am in this phase of this is just who I am all the time. But guess what? If I stopped talking for months and I didn't really speak and I was kind of by myself and blah, 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 I don't know. I would get rusty, right? You will get rusty when you don't practice something. So I really want you to get this. It doesn't come from I got to be born with this. It's either you're good or you're bad at it. That's such a bad way of thinking, right? A better way is the more I practice something, the better I'll get. The more hours I spend, right? If you ever heard of the concept of mastery, it takes 10,000 hours to master something, right? 10,000 hours to master something, right? So think about that. It takes you 10,000 hours to master something. It's a lot of hours. You got to keep showing up. Some people are like, 200 hours in. Frig, man, 30 hours in. You just keep showing up. Just keep showing up. Like I have a billiards table here. And initially when I started playing pool, I was bad. I couldn't really get the ball in. But I know this concept. So I just keep showing up and playing pool by myself. And you find as time goes on, I can get the ball in better. I have a better aim. When I hit a ball, I know what ball will go in and what ball won't go in, depending on the angle, right? Because I just kept showing up. So I'm so much better. So anytime I play anyone, I always beat them because I have more hours spent on it. It's not because I'm born gifted as a great pool player. I spend more time with it. And I want you guys to get this. To become better, these are basic tips. You gotta look good. You gotta have great lighting. You gotta dress well. You gotta have great enthusiasm. You gotta be light. You gotta be knowledgeable in what you're talking about. You gotta know exactly what you're talking about. You gotta be learning constantly. You gotta know that topic you're talking about inside and out. You got to go in and not have these expectations of Mr. Perfect, but deep down, you just got to take action. You got to keep showing up because when you take action, you're like, okay, now I know what I got to be better in. You're not going to know. This is a very powerful line. You're not going to know what you're bad in until you go and do it, until you see yourself. So I really, really, really hope that helps, and that gives you some confidence, some advice, It gives you some knowledge to understand what is needed. I'm always gonna let you guys know I run a coaching program where I help people really speak with confidence. Whether grow in their career, grow socially, learn how to public speak. I've worked with many people who have learned how to overcome stuttering. If you go to my website, go to officialdanielfrancis.com, the list kind of goes on. And whether it's helping Nick from New York or Nat or Mark, Osman, Nickel, Ethan, the list goes on, Isaiah, Prakash, this is kind of what I do. And a lot of people come to me and they go, listen, like Najib, I want to increase my confidence. I want to be a better public speaker. I want to overcome my stutter. I want to grow my career. I want to be more confident socially. If that's you, and this is just, I'm scratching the surface here. If you're looking for someone to really get to the next level, if you feel like you're kind of hitting, a brick wall, what I'll do is I'll post a Calendly link in the comment section below, where you can book a call, you fill out an application, and then we jump on a call, me and you, and we see if you're a good fit and if it makes sense to actually invest to getting a coach. I know myself, I have multiple coaches. I just invested into a program last week. I'm constantly investing back into me because I know that I am the greatest asset. When I invest more into me, I produce better. I become bigger. I become greater. I become wiser. I can do more, right? I can make more money if that's important to you. I can find that dream partner, right? And communication is the basis of everything. So if that's you and you're really looking for the advice and the help, and you're like, Daniel, I want to work with you. What I'll do right now is I will post the Calendly link, and basically it's very simple. You just come click on this link right here, master your speaking, master your stutter, and you can find a date. You can find something here. You just click on this, confirm, and you fill a date. You type in your name, your last name, your email address. I would obviously your phone number, city and country where you're from, where you kind of saw this. So for you guys, it'd be Facebook group, book call. And then I would want to know where you're currently at with your communication skills. Where do you want to be in the next 6 months? If we were to work together, what does good look like, right? If we had to get you from A to Z, what does good look like? Where do you want to go, man? Right? And if we could wave a magic wand, what would that be? Right? Obviously, all the meetings will be on Zoom. Let's go. How committed are you to investing? Like, how is this important for you, right? What past experiences do you have? And obviously, and just kind of going down the list, and if you kind of know a little bit about me, and if you want to see more results of what I do, and then you book a call, and then we jump on a call, and we see if it makes sense. I'm a big fan of coaching. I think coaching has changed my life, and every aspect. If I want to get better into something, here I'll post right here. It all stems from investing back into me. So what I'll do is, if you are hungry, I'll do two things, right? Book a call here when ready. And then what I'll do as well is, if you want to see, I'll see Elric's past client results, you just post it here, okay? You just click on those. So yeah, so it should both pop up, and this one as well. You just click on here, then you can see all different interviews. But guys, listen, I hope this was great information. If you ever have any questions for me, we're just scratching the surface right here. I have a whole program where I bring you through all different levels to really become the best version of you. I don't know if you even saw recently, like I don't know where you're at. Like I just helped Nicole get a raise at work after 90 days. Ruben crushed $130,000. Ruben doesn't really stutter. It's more, I just want to become a better speaker. I just want to have more confidence in myself. I want to be able to present better. Guys, it's the foundation to it all. You guys are engineers, you're in IT, you're in a construction company, you're in sales, whatever, it doesn't matter. The foundation to living a great life is knowing how to speak with confidence and being able to articulate your ideas and thoughts. When you do that, you will be exactly who you want to be. But if you feel like you're hitting that brick wall, I need to get better, I need to get better, I need to get better, and you can't push through it, yeah, that's when you start looking for a coach, start looking for help. It is what it is. I'm not hiding anything. It's what I did. I just signed up for another personal trainer 2 days ago because I know I need someone to push me. I need someone to get me to the next level. I can't do it on my own. And there's nothing wrong with that. Because I want you to understand, when you do that, the universe gives back to you. It says, hey, you know what? I see you putting in the work. Here's X, Y, and Z. That's why Nickel got a raise at work, right? Nickel, I remember when I first talked to him. He's like, I don't know, man, this is kind of expensive. And then look, this is 9 days after. Everyone, hope you're doing well. I just want to share a win I recently had and thought it might be interesting to hear as it relates to the program. A couple weeks ago, I got a fairly substantial raise at work, a raise that covered what it cost them to even join the program. And this was something that I didn't ask for or have a conversation with my manager about. I think a big factor in getting a raise was the fact that I've been speaking up more in meetings. Nicole wasn't doing this before, taking on challenges and situations, risks. My job to push you, keep you accountable, get you to the next level, and come up with ideas and presenting them to teammates in meetings. And before he knew it, he got a raise, all because he was doing things like this. So obviously you can read this whole message later, but this is the idea. Is if you're looking for help, if you're trying to go to the next level, but you feel like you're hitting that wall, that's my coaching program is about. And you got the link right here. I'll just go back over here. Where is it? Okay, yeah. And you can just click on this link right here to book a call. And then if you want to see past client results, right there as well. So if you have any questions, let me know. Appreciate you all. Go kick some butt, and I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.